What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am here with Clint Gutherson. What's going on, brother?
Not much. Thanks for having me.
We were just talking about your transition. I don't know what to call you. You're a winger, you're a fullback. What would you call yourself now? You're obviously playing well at halfback, but if someone said to you, what position do you play footy, what would you say?
At the moment, probably 6, but if someone would ask me that last year, probably on the wing or in the centres or something. I didn't really expect to be here now, but I'm happy and I'm enjoying it at the moment.
Oh, mate, how good's the, obviously you had that unfortunate loss, but at the Eels, just the style of footy you're playing, do you enjoy the style of footy you guys are playing?
Yeah, it's good. BA is good with how we play. We just sort of play to our strengths and let us roam around and sort of just offload and do our own thing, which is good. And I think he's got a bit of structure there that keeps us in place, but everyone likes how we're playing, and it was unfortunate on the weekend we didn't get the win. They just outmuscled us, I think, but yeah, we're enjoying it, and we're going to try to turn it around this week.
And so you made your debut last year?
Yeah, for Para,
for Para. And so how old are you now?
22.
22, so young, so many years. But the weird thing is like you see these young 18-year-olds coming through and you're like, fuck, they're so young.
Yeah, I'm too old now, 22. You see someone like Bevy coming through or what's his name, Ponga from North Queensland, he's 19 in 4 months or something. So it's crazy, yeah.
He's ridiculous, Ponga. Right?
Oh, he's a freak. I don't know how he does most of the things he does.
Like the thing that people that they may not be as into footy as because we live and breathe it. So we've seen everything. We've seen, the guy that's supposed to be the great thing and the guy that's not supposed to be. Yeah. But when you look at a guy like Ponga, you can just see, he's ridiculous. Yeah,
every time he does something, it's special. You don't know what's coming, but they're the superstars of the game, those ones.
100%. Newcastle, it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of handle him or where they put him. And all
I think it'll be good for him. It'll take a bit.
Yeah.
Good grow, learning step anyway. It'll be his team probably.
Oh, 100%. And the good thing is they're putting some pretty good performances together nights now.
Yeah.
So you add them to the side. You've got Hodgkinson. It's actually not a bad side.
They have a good spine. Jamie Bureau up there this year, so
he was really important for them, 100%. Yeah. So, I was going to say take us back to young Gutherson, but where did you grow up? Who was your team? All that kind of stuff.
I grew up in Manly, so I was been in the same house, still in the same house now over there. So I'm living with my brother at the moment. Went to it was in Cromer, in the back of Manly, Cromer. So I went to Cromer Public School, Cromer High, and my junior club was Cromer, and then just played Harold Matts all at Manly.
Yeah.
So I was at Manly till last year, actually. 2 years ago, 2015? 2015.
It's crazy how it's 2017.
Yeah, 2015. I was at Manly in round 1 against Para, actually. Did me knee in the first 5 minutes, so I was out that whole year. Re-signed with them for 2 more years, and then ended up at Para last year, so it was a bit of a turn of events. But I'm happy where I am now and the team that we got, and just looking forward to the future now.
And growing up, were you, was it footy all your life, or was it other sports? Was it...
I sort of just played anything. Mum and Dad sort of just threw me. I had 2 older brothers, so they sort of just threw me in and said, play whatever you want. I was playing cricket, I was playing soccer, swimming, nippers, everything. So, but growing up, mostly rugby union. I was more of a rugby union kid than rugby league. So that was my weekend sport, rugby union, and then just sort of transitioned into rugby league from maybe year 8, year 9. So started playing that on the weekend and turned from there on. So
it wasn't like you were some superstar from a young age kind of thing. It was just like you enjoyed sport and you did all different things.
Yeah, I sort of just always wanted to just be outside playing footy, playing soccer, whatever it was. And fortunate enough, got to make it to the top and hopefully just keep playing footy.
And so you played union growing up. Who was your union side? Who was your team growing up?
Just the Waratahs, I think. Just watching them play and then just the Wallabies. As a kid, you always want to... I always had the Wallabies jerseys.
This was in their heyday too.
Yeah, this was when they were king, Larkham, Gregan and all those blokes. So I was always wearing the Aussie jersey around and wanting to be them. So probably all those blokes.
Probably the Waratahs.
Yeah, Takiri and all that.
Takiri and Wendell. Big Dell.
Yeah,
Big Dell. He was... what was weird, I don't know if you noticed this, but he was at the Broncos and he was real skinny. Well, not skinny, but big and skinny. Yeah. And then he went to Union.
Put on 40 kilos.
Friggin' huge, man.
Yeah, he was huge. He was
Remember those shit gloves he used to wear?
Yeah, the rugby tech gloves. There was a few, wasn't there?
Bro,
Latham as well.
Yeah, bro. Can you play your next game in those gloves?
I think they're illegal now, aren't they?
Oh my god.
I don't know.
I can imagine Normie.
The NFL one, yeah, I can picture Normie wearing them as well.
wear 'em. Oh my
wear them
god.
at training and that, I don't know. Probably make him a bit better.
Okay, so what was growing up for you? Was it just normal average household? You just played sport, and were you into education a lot or anything like that? Did you go to uni or anything like that?
Yeah, just normal house. 2 older brothers, just getting picked on all the time. Mum's a school teacher, just a primary school teacher, and dad's electrician. So
Sparky.
Sparky. So just a normal life growing up. Nothing special, as you said, just playing footy and that. And that was. What was the other question you asked? Can't remember.
I guess.
Uni and that. Yeah. Coming out of school, I was pretty good at school. Always wanted to learn. Always had a good time as well. I think finished year 12, and I started a uni course for a year. I did sports business just down the road at ACPE. So I did a year of that. And then was full time from there on in. So I'll finish that eventually, I hope. But it was good to do something.
So you'd like to get into sports management?
Yeah, it was sports something. I don't know. That was just what I went into.
Yeah,
but just to start it. But we'll have to see what happens.
And did you make any rep sides growing up or anything like that?
I made a couple of local school, like primary school ones and stuff. Probably my first rep team would have been maybe 16's Origin.
Okay, yep.
That was probably Harold Matt's Origin. Yep. So that was probably my biggest one.
And so that was in New South Wales?
Yeah, New South Wales,
New South Welshman?
Yep.
So you pledged allegiance?
Yep.
Oh,
New South
man.
Wales.
The
tide's turning.
Oh, please. The tide's been turning for years, mate.
It's turning. We're ready.
Do you and Normie have any battles with the Queensland and New South Wales thing, or not really?
Not really yet. I'm sure it'll come up when Origins comes on, but
just imagine you eventually played each other. I think that would be.
That'll be fun. Normie's in good form, so he's a massive chance of being there this year if they're looking for someone, I think.
Oh, I mean, he should at least be in the squad or something.
Yeah, he's got to be there somewhere. He's a freak.
God.
I don't know how he does most of the stuff he does.
Like I was saying the other day, the performance he put on against was it the Dragons?
Yeah, Dragon last
was
week.
one of the best half performances I've in recent memory.
Yeah, he's so good at just taking control. Plays what's in front of him. He doesn't really have a structure, that's what makes him as good as he is. He's just plays off the cuff, and everyone saw what he can do.
Oh mate,
and he's playing on one leg as well that game.
That's crazy, eh?
He's a freak.
So crazy. And it's different as well. He debuted at fullback as well.
Did he?
So you've got two fullbacks in the halves.
He was about 102 kilo back then, though, wasn't he?
Oh, he was bigger. He was bigger.
He
was a bit. He had a bit of baby fat on him normally.
100.
His first fitness session he ever did, I blew up at him.
Really?
Because the 1.2k.
Yeah.
So I was in front, and he was it was his first preseason, so he just had no idea.
Nothing,
you know how you just got nothing first preseason. And so he was coming last or near last. He'll say that he was lapping me, but I was actually lapping him. And you know how usually the person that's winning gets right away, that's just obviously the person winning gets right away. He didn't get out of the way, and so I was like, "Get the fuck out of the way!" And I was like, but after I felt so bad. I was like, "Oh no, I'm an arrogant first grader. I'm an arrogant first grader." So that was the first time I met Normie.
Yeah, right.
So I haven't
spraying him.
Yeah, I was spraying him. So shit.
He still gets sprayed today, so it's alright.
Okay. So was it? I guess when you're younger and you're like for example, for me, I was always wanted to be a professional sportsman. Was that something for you, or was you just like, I'll go with the flow, whatever happens?
Oh, sort of. I always wanted to play sport and do those things. I just didn't know if it was going to be rugby or if it was going to be league that I picked to sort of try and go after. But probably from high school, I sort of stuck my head down and said I want to do this, and I want to try and make it all the way. And fortunate enough, I was lucky enough to go the right way and stay on the right path. And
what made you choose league over union?
I don't know. I think I just sort of got a bit bored of union, playing it all through younger life into school, and most of my mates ended up playing league as well at high school. So I think that was probably just me mates as a 15, 16-year-old. You want to be with your mates most of the time, and on the footy field on a Saturday was probably one of the best you could pick. Yeah,
100%. Especially in New South Wales, such a following. And I don't know, it's weird. I don't know how Union survives, because I never see anything about it anymore.
Yeah.
But then I think like maybe I'm just in a bubble, like
The NRL bubble.
Yeah, the NRL
league
bubble. And I just like don't think anything else exists.
So I don't really see it that much around either. Just the Super Rugby and that, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. But okay, so you made the under-16s. When was the moment when you're like, I'm okay at this, and I you know, if I continue to train and play well, there may be a chance I might be able to get into a system?
It was probably maybe 14, 15. Looking to play Harold Matts a year young.
Yep.
And I was fortunate. I got into the Harold Matts team and got on the wing, and I think it was then I sort of said I might actually have a fair idea of how to play footy, and from there on in just played SG ball into 20s, and then after 20s debuted in 2013, I think it was, So
for the Eels though?
Yeah, for Manly.
For Manly.
So I debuted at Manly,
Okay.
So I debuted a while ago at Manly.
Yeah. Wait, what, 19 years old?
18.
18. Wow.
A day before my 19th, so pretty much 19.
I'll hang on to that then.
Yeah, I'll take 18.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I'll claim that.
Okay, so when was the kind of, you know, you made the under-16 stateside, Harold Matts. When did you get asked to play for the 20s for Manly, and what was that conversation like? Was it expected to come out of the blue?
So you go from Matts to Ball, SG Ball, which is under 18s, and I played a year up for Ball, and then the year after, still at 17, because the SG Ball tournament's only 8 weeks or something, and it starts just after Chrissy, so it finishes about round 3 of the NRL season. I was lucky enough to just after that season, I didn't think I'd sort of go up to there, and they said you should come and train a couple of nights a week with the 20s, and from there on I just ended up playing a couple of weeks later, and then that was it. I was still in school, so I was just still playing 20s, which was a massive buzz. But
so you're in school playing 20s?
I was still at school playing 20s.
Oh, were you layering up?
Yeah, I would have been layering up, wearing all my gear to school and stuff. But I thought I was the kingpin back then. But it was pretty surreal playing still in school and stuff. So it was good.
100%. And like, you know, back in the day, like, to have the gear, it's a big deal. Like, it is a big deal. Yeah,
I wore it everywhere. I used to wear the backpack to school, all my training shorts, everything I could. I'd wear it around with pride, and it probably looked like a bit of a tosser now, but it was good back then.
It's crazy how much like it means to you back then, though.
Yeah.
Like, it means everything to you. You're so proud of the moment to kind of have that kit.
Yeah, making any team, you're pretty proud.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so you got in the under 20s, but then you played a few games, and what did they say? Look, just finish the year, and then you've got a contract. Like, how did it all work for you?
Oh, I had a contract from SG Ball, so I think it was 2 years, you know, just to keep playing there. Nothing. Yeah. I don't think there was any money on the table or anything, which is, I think, the usual these days. Yeah. But just finished the season in the 20s, and then I went to Cup straight after that. So I was playing Cup the year after, played a full season of New South Wales Cup.
So they put you straight to Cup?
Straight into Cup, which was a learning experience. Yeah, that was. I think it was pretty good for my career.
What was that like, that first game with them playing against the men? It's a Q Cup, it's a big deal. New South Wales Cup.
Yeah, I think my first game, Chase Blair was playing for...
oh, really?
I think he was at Parra at the time, Blair, and he was playing for Wenny. And I was in the centres for Manly, just a skinny little boy. Was looking up to him, who had played already like 40 to 50 NRL games. It was pretty scary, but I got through the game, and I think it's helped my career pretty massively playing those. I think I played a year and a half full of Cup, which sort of matures you pretty quickly, but it was good. It's good fun.
Okay, yeah. So what's the immediate memory or feeling when you've played your first Q Cup game? Do you remember anything from it? Any specific or not really?
I don't know, I just had my first full pre-season, so I was going in a bit more confident than I would have.
With the 20s?
No, with first grade. So
you came out of school and went straight into first grade school?
Yeah, straight into full time.
Yep.
Which was a big move for sort of like, didn't really expect it straight a year after. But it was good. It was we had a few big names playing. We had, who was it in the halves? I can't really remember who was in the halves, but we had a few older boys there that was just saying, just play your usual game, do whatever you can, and it was good. It was a good experience. I think we ended up we ended up losing, but I think that
You
don't
really care about it.
You just want to play
Yep.
play a game and get it out of the way, and
Yep.
then get along with the year.
And what was the phone call like when you got called into first grade? Were you over the moon? Did you call your parents? Like, what was that like for you?
Yeah, or my debut.
No, as in like when you got asked to train first grade.
Oh, in the squad, yeah, it was a bit of a shock. As I said, I had the sort of contract that didn't really have any money going into 20s, and then I'd re-signed going into there, so I had a bit of money coming in at that age, and they sort of just said, we want you to come in 3 or 4 days a week and be full time, like those full time days, and then a couple of days with 20s out of the first year out of school. So it was a big shock. I just lived down the road from training at the time, and it was pretty good. I knew a couple of Jake Travojevic was another one that was with me.
Did you come up with Travojevic?
Yeah, so me and Jakey, I've known Jakey since year 3 or something school. So
really?
We've been versing each other. He was at Monavale Junior, the rugby league on the weekends. I was at Cromer, so we're always versing. Then we played Matt's.
Arch rivals.
Yeah, the rivals. Then we played Matt's SG ball together in the 20s. And then we were sort of on the same thing, just training, and then back to 20s in the Arvo sometimes. And that was a good experience to have someone like that next to you that was at the same age. And
what's the freakiest thing you've seen him do?
Jakey?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Has he always been a freak?
Yeah, he's always been a freak. Playing juniors against him and that, he was the 5'8" halfback, captain, front rower. he could play any position still, I reckon. If you chuck him out in the centres, he'll do a good job for you. So he's always been the same. He's always been a freak. Yeah,
so athletic, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get asked to. What about your debut then? So 2013, you debuted on the wing.
Yeah.
What was that all like for you? The experience. What was the fun? Was it expected? Was it like holy shit out of nowhere? 18th man. What was it like?
Yeah, that was pretty wild. It was, as I said, 2013. I was at uni at the time, and this was the week before. I was at uni at the time, and Two sort of called. Two was the coach at the time. He said, "Oh, Guth, I need you to come in to be 18th man tomorrow night." And so got in there. I'd trained with them all year, so got in there, 18th man. Didn't end up playing that week. Yeah. And the week after, who was it? I think Georgie Tafua might have got injured. Yep. And he said on the Wednesday at training, he said, "Oh, you'll be playing this week on the wing," and I didn't really know what to think. I was just in shock, and all the boys were coming around to congratulate me and stuff. And Jakey debuted in the same game. So
really?
So Jake was in the middle. He came off the bench, Jakey.
Yep.
And it was a long week. I was always just laying in bed thinking about if I'm going to stuff up, if I'm going to do it right, if I'm going to do this. It was around 26, so it was good.
That's a pretty good place to debut.
Yeah, around 26. It was at home. It was at Brookie, so.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Who'd you play?
Penrith. They ended up beating us.
Did they?
On that day, yeah.
How'd you go? What was something that you remember vividly from the debut?
First try score. My first touch was a try. So.
Oh, you fucking dog!
We got
you arty.
I had Skivvy Matt inside me, and I think Cherry might have kicked a 40-20 six or so minutes in, and first or second touch, it was a scrum, and we ran this play and Petter was out the back. Hickey was out the back and just tipped it on. All I had to do was run and put it down. But
were you scared you're going to drop it?
Yeah, I thought when we're running it, I knew that he had already started shooting in from the wing, so I knew I was going to get it. All I had to do was just run and put it down. But I don't really remember much after putting it down. I think I just started losing my mind, and all the boys were around me, jumping on me, and it was pretty surreal actually. I was sort of walking back, looking around at the crowd and that, and
this is actually happening.
Yeah, this is happening. So. It was good. I'll remember that day forever, I think. But
how it feels. I swear to God, it's like it's slow mo. As the ball's coming to you, you think, "Don't drop it, just."
I was thinking. I think I just caught it straight under here and wrapped it under the wing and just dove. I wasn't dropping it, I think. But it was a good game. We had a lot of older people there that was helping out and that, so it wasn't too bad for me as a young kid coming in.
Yep. And so you made your debut. Then you did a whole preseason again so this would be your second preseason.
Yeah.
And so what did you do the next year? You stayed at the Manly, and then you went to the Eels 2015?
Yeah, so 13, 14, no, it's 16. Last year was my first year at the Eels, 16.
Oh, okay, so you stayed 14,
so I had
15.
14 and 15.
So what was it like for 2014? What was that like for you?
That was pretty much just injuries for me, 14. Played the first couple of rounds, broke my foot, then broke my arm, and just kept rolling. I think I only played 6 or so games that whole year.
And then
so,
like when you do play, you're so rusty.
yeah,
that, like, it's just shit.
couldn't really
shit
click
footy.
or anything like that. But it was a good learning curve. And then I thought my luck might have changed, and then had another pre-season with them. Was in good nick, and then round one against Para at Para Stadium. I was in the centres, and I just went back to pick up a ball, and just my knee went the wrong way and heard my ACL just pop. So that was another year gone, but moved on from that and played a full year last year. That was my main goal last year, just to play a full 26 or more rounds.
Yep.
And fortunate enough to get through that and injury free, so I was happy.
So what was it like mentally for you those 2 years? That's a tough run of injuries. Like, that is a tough run of injuries.
Yeah, it was pretty tough. I was just trying to do my best to stay positive and keep on top of it, as I was pretty much just in the gym most of the time, doing my own thing. So it was pretty hard. They had a good staff over there. I always had a couple in there with me, but it was tough, as any injury is. That's why I don't think people see from the outside when you get injured and that.
Yeah.
It's always tough for your head noise and your family and your girlfriend and your kids if you have kids and that. So it's always hard.
And I guess, people don't realise, like, the team's training and, like, you're not on the outer, but you are on the outer because you're in rehab and you got to watch it, and you're just not a part of the group, and it's so hard to get that. Like, the club tries to keep you in the group, but you're just not. Like,
when you're in the gym, they're out in the field, and then when you're all running or doing a rehab run, they're in the gym. So you don't even really see them if you're in rehab, but they're always good when they do see it. When all the boys see it, they know what you're going through. They've all been through it before, so it is tough.
But was there ever a moment for you where you're like, man, maybe this isn't for me? Like, maybe to have a whole year of injury, then to get injured again the next year, was there a period where you're like, fuck, this might not be for me, this footy thing?
Yeah, probably after I did my knee, probably didn't sink in for a couple of weeks, and then I had the operation, and I was just sitting at home, just bored, watching the same movies, the same TV shows, and I was sort of just going, well, if this happens again, I don't want to go through it, and then, but I had a good family. I got good mum and dad, 2 brothers, and so the good bunch of boys back then. So they all helped me. They always come over, buy me lunch, invite me to dinner, and all that. So they sort of helped me. But it is tough. It gets pretty dark there for a while, and when you're on your own, just looking around, looking for someone. So probably then, but. Once you get through it, once you start running, you realise why you play the game and why you want to be there. All the boys are there, all the coaching staff, and you realise why you want to play it.
100%. And also, like, in that moment, you're like, I can't do this again. But then, like, as you said, you slowly start to, you're like, all right, I can get through it. The only thing is with injuries is you just don't know when they're going to come again. Like, so. But I mean, you played every game last year, didn't you?
Yeah, every game. So I think I was only one of maybe 2 of us that got through every game last year. So as I said, that was my goal.
What was the reason leaving Manly to go to Eels?
I think Manly sort of said, look for another club, and it all happened pretty quickly actually. So I did all the rehab. I was running again. And we were about to go on Chrissy break, not Chrissy break, end of year break, like end of season,
Okay,
at the time, Manly were going through a turnover phase, and they brought all new staff in and all the head.
Did you have another year on your contract to go?
I just re-signed that year, so for 2 more years. So I thought I was there for another 2 years.
Yeah.
And they sort of came to me, my manager, and said, "Oh, if you can get another club, go and find one. If not, you'll probably just be playing reserve grade, And at that time, I didn't really know what to think. Always been a Manly local, Manly junior and stuff. I didn't really know what to think, but
did it hurt you a bit? Sting a bit?
Yeah, it did. At the time, it stung. It sort of took it to heart. I think I took it to heart a bit too much. I sort of given everything I had for the past 5 or 6 years there. So but saying that, come up with a new opportunity. I knew BA when he was at Manly, so. We got onto Parramatta got onto my manager and said they had heard that Manly were trying to get rid of me, and they were ready to give me an opportunity, and I made the decision to go there within about 2 or 3 days. So it was pretty quick, and then after that I just had to get out of there and went overseas for 2 or 3 weeks just to
let loose.
Yeah, get my head straight and have a few beers around the world. So it was good.
It's a pretty good way to get your head straight.
Yeah, it is.
Where'd you go?
I think I went Thailand, then Bali, and then over to America for a couple of weeks.
What was the best memory of the trip?
I think just being away from everything, phone not always on your phone and stuff like that, just enjoying it.
Free.
Yeah, just free, just enjoying it.
Where'd you go to in America?
I went to Vegas, just Vegas.
How good is it?
Yeah, it was wild.
Oh my God.
Something else over there.
Oh.
We had a big crew of us, so we had about 12 of us go over there.
Who went?
Just all the Manly boys at the time, yeah.
That's good too. You got to say goodbye to them as
well.
Yeah,
yes, a little goodbye. As I said, I'd known most of them for 5 or 6 years, so still in contact with a fair few of them today, which is good.
That's a good way. That's a good way to go out. Like there's a way to go out, going on a trip with the boys.
Yeah,
out.
Best way to do it.
So you come back, and what was that like going to going to a new club? So this would have been 2015. So this would have been before the huge drama.
Yeah.
What was it like? Was it like, I'm ripping in here, I'm going to do everything perfect kind of thing?
Yeah, that's what... I didn't really know any... I knew a couple of the boys just from juniors and stuff like that, but I didn't really know what to expect going in. I just knew that I had to sort of put my head down and just put my best foot forward to try and secure a spot, and the boys were real good. They welcomed me in and made me feel at home, which was good. A couple of weeks in, I felt like I belonged, and you swear, as you do, most teams you'd go to.
Yeah.
But it was good. Had a good pre-season, good trial matches, and then round 1 last year. So it was good.
So round 1 last year, you get selected, because that would have meant a lot to you, because you'd been through 2 years of friggin' hell. Then you get selected in the round 1 side. What was a phone call like? How did it all? Were you expecting it? Was it a shock?
He sort of said I'd get the first crack on the wing,
and
then it was mine to lose. I think his BA sort of said, and I was a bit nervous going in.
You still don't know.
Hadn't played in a year, like 18 months, so my knee was still on my mind. But after 3 or 4 rounds, I wasn't playing my best footy that I knew I could, because I was still a bit rusty, and I was coming back. I didn't really fully trust it yet, but then going on from there, went in from wing to fullback to centre, so to centre to 5'8". So I sort of, every time I'd get something, I'd keep picking it up. I'd keep picking it up and get a bit more confidence. So it was good. It was good fun last year.
And so what was your favourite position out of all of them?
I enjoyed it anyway. I just like playing footy. I just like being out there with the boys and having a laugh and having a good time on the field. So I don't know. I just like playing, really.
Just happy to be out there.
Yeah, just happy to be playing. And
I guess because you've had that, you've tasted what it feels like to be off the field.
Yeah.
Whereas when you haven't tasted it, you kind of can get stuck in it. You're just used to it.
Yeah, used to it. But I just take every game as it's going to be my last these days. You never know what could happen. So you just got to go out there and give it your all and go from there.
And what's something that stands out for you memory-wise for your first game with the Eels, or one of the games last year with the year before? The year before?
Last year.
2015?
2016.
16?
Yeah, that was at Barry, 16.
So you went end of 2015 going into 16 is when you went
to
the Eels?
That's when I went.
Okay, so 2016, what's something that stood out for you when you made your debut for the club?
Just the crowd, I think. The crowd was... I remember running out onto Pertec round 1, and... it was pretty surreal, actually, just seeing everyone there, and all the boys were pumped up, ready to play. And I didn't have any best game that night, but I scored a try in the corner, and I think they'll probably be like a memory that I'll have, scoring my first try for Para.
And that huge drama that happened. What was that like dealing with the boys? Because it's so far out of your control, and yet it's so dramatic. Like, what was it like for you boys?
Yeah, I thought the club handled it as best they could as a team. We handled it pretty well. We didn't even really speak of it at training and that. I think that was the best way to sort of deal with it. But we wanted to just go out there and show the fans and show each other that we were still going to be playing. We knew that we could make the finals at the back end of the year, and I think we'll still win our matches and having a bit of fun. So I think just sticking together was a big part of last year. Yeah,
definitely. It was so impressive to see the boys, come together like that in such turmoil kind of thing. Yeah. And what's something that kind of, was it frustrating at the same time? Like, what was the feeling like going out playing but knowing that you'd been docked so many points? Was that frustrating at all?
I was a little bit frustrated because it was out of our control. But as I said, we just wanted to go out there and play and just have a good time and show everyone what we did have.
So what was the kind of... Actually, when did you find out that this whole drama was unfolding?
I was in City Origin camp with Pizzi, and they said, we're having this meeting with the NRL tomorrow. Can you come in? So me and Pizzi came in, and Greenberg sort of said that we're getting handed down the punishment of the fine and the 14, 16 points or whatever it was we had at the time. And everyone sort of didn't really know what to do because we'd worked so hard over the pre-season in the first 8 or so rounds to get to where we were on the ladder, and then the next,
it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. We're at the bottom again. So it was pretty tough, but we handled it the best we could.
What was the kind of conversation like? Was it just like, boys, this has happened, let's try to move forward kind of thing?
Yeah, I think our senior players and BA just stood up and said, it's done now. We got to move on from it and do the best we can. And I think we came out there at the back end of last year with a point to prove, and I think the team stood up. So we're pretty proud of how we finished last year.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so then coming into this year, was it a feeling of like a fresh start again kind of thing? Because you're like, fuck, okay, that's gone. We've proven we can win. We've proven we've got a great side. Let's go into 2017 with real crack kind of thing.
Yeah, I think so. Everyone came back in November ready to go, raring to go. We had made a few more signings, and I think everyone was just over all the last year when we were training. There was media everywhere all the time, and I think we walked in and there was no media around, and everyone just, there was a big sigh of relief, and everyone just wanted to get on to preparing for 2017. And we've come out in the first couple of rounds, or the first 2 rounds especially. We came out and played how we wanted to, but we're just looking forward to playing for points this year. We're playing for something, and we sort of want to repay the boys and the fans and everyone that sort of stuck by us last year.
And how long are you signed with the Eels?
I just re-signed for 2 more after this year, so 2019.
Okay, so
I've got another couple of years.
So you had a year on still to go?
Yeah, and I extended it last year, yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's awesome. And what are some differences between the Eels and the Manly, you reckon?
All clubs are pretty similar in the way, but I think just how tight the boys are. You know, you sort of walked in day one, everyone was around laughing. You sort of do everything together as a team. We're always going out for lunches, dinners, coffees. You know, and I think that's what makes a good club. Brings everyone in, and it's just a good vibe around the club.
Yeah. And who's the biggest clown in the team?
That's an easy one. Probably Norms. Norms is...
What's the funniest thing Normie's done?
Oh, he doesn't know what day it is, let alone what he says. So he's saying some funny things all the time. He's always just cracking jokes. He's good for the team. You sort of need someone like that in such a serious environment. You need someone that's going to be there, lighten the mood, and he knows when to get serious as well, which is the big thing about him. He knows when to turn it on and when to have a laugh. So I think he's up there.
He was. What about Hoffy? Do you like Hoffy?
He's a different breed, I think. Hoffy. I don't know where he comes from or what he does, but he's hilarious. He's just dancing all the time. He's acting like he's 10 most of the time, but he's the same as Norm. He knows how to ease the tension if there's some, and make it enjoyable for the boys to come in.
Oh man, how good is he? What's the funniest? What was the first time you met Normie? What was it like? Hoffy.
Hoffy.
You really met Hoffy, I mean.
Yeah, the first time I actually properly met him, because we came in a week later than the new boys came in, and he was twerking in the gym or something to music by himself or something. So that was the first I saw of him.
So he was by himself in the gym twerking.
Just twerking, doing some weights and stuff. So it was pretty funny to see. But I actually used to look up to Hoffy as a kid when he was playing for New Zealand, and that. He was always my favourite player, so I was a bit starstruck. And then I see him doing that, so it was pretty funny, to be honest.
And the way he plays, you wouldn't think that he's that silly.
Nah, yeah.
Because he's a tough player. Heaps of hit-ups.
Runs as hard as he can all the time.
And then he's twerking by himself in the gym.
He's a character. He's very funny.
So funny. Who's someone that you've learnt a lot from, over your career? Someone that you've really taken a lot of information from and improved your game?
When I was at Manly growing up, doing pre-season and stuff, I had the likes of Brett Stewart, Jamie Lyon, Steve Maddai, all those type of people that had been around for a long time and had played at the top level for their country and states and everything. So I sort of looked to them for guidance as a young kid, 17, 18, coming in. So a lot of them, Fozzie, when he was at Manly, and we get along with Foz real well. So when we were at Manly together, then we came over to Parrot at the same time. So always look to him to learn, and I just look to everyone that's playing with me to learn. You can always learn something from someone. And
who's someone you've learnt the most off? For example, to be calm and collected in certain situations or something like that? Who's something that you've really like taken something away from their game and been like, I can bring that into my game and help my game?
Probably Brett Stewart. He really helped me as a young kid coming up. He sort of took me under his wing and helped me with my footy a lot. He would always do extras with me after training, catching, just telling me like where to be. A lot of positional play. He was at that time the best number one in the world in Australia,
which is a huge deal for like in squads. Superstars like that usually don't have time for a young under 20 guy to sit there and be like teaching you stuff. It doesn't really usually happen. So that's really impressive that Brett Stewart was doing.
Yeah, it was really. It really helped me guide my career into the right spot. He would even come in and do some video with me after training and that. So he was massive for me, and we still speak today a lot. So he's always giving me pointers still today, and it is nice to have someone like that at your club at a young age helping you. So
100%,
yeah, it really did. Playing for Australia at the time, you sort of look up to him, and it was a massive game changer for me going into the full-time squad.
And being at Parrot Eels, do you see yourself being there for? Do you hope to be there for life? Obviously, things change, and that's footy. But do you see yourself as like it's a part of you now? Yeah,
hopefully. I've really enjoyed my time here at the moment, and as I said before, we've got such a tight bunch of boys, and always having a good time, and I think we've turned into a good squad here, and I think it showed in the first 2 or 3 weeks that we're going to have a good team this year, and hopefully the next 5 or 10 years is the same. We can sort of build a legacy, and I'd love to stay at Para for the rest of my career, but as you said, things change. But I'm just looking forward to the next 2 or 3 years I got here, and hopefully we can start creating something fairly good.
And who's a real leader in the Eels side, and maybe an unspoken leader that you wouldn't notice kind of thing from the outside?
We got a few. We got just the usual like Timmy Manor, Bowie Scott.
Yeah,
Norms is in there. When we're on the field, he knows he's a massive on-field leader. Directs us round. But I think the main thing is we sort of put it on everyone to be a leader. So it's on yourself to sort of show everyone that you're leading from doing your role, doing the little 1%ers that you have to get the team there. Yeah. And we've put a big emphasis on that.
And what's been when you think of your footy career so far, what's been the highlight?
Probably my debut.
Yep.
And then maybe City Origin. I was lucky enough to play City Origin last year.
Yeah, who were you with, City, or you were with City?
Yeah, I was with City, so I didn't really expect to play at all.
Yeah.
I didn't even...
What was the phone call like? How'd you find out?
I got a text off Big Ciro, and I was read it at the time. It was on a Sunday night, and I was just going... someone's stitching me up, and then I texted PT because I knew that he would probably get in, and I said,
"So you legit thought you were getting stitched up?"
I thought I was getting stitched. I was like, who's texting me here? Like,
is this
because I didn't have the number, and I was going, "Is this Norms? Who's stitching me out?" Hoffy's probably got my number somehow, but I texted PT straight away and said, "Oh, did you get a text?" And he said, "Yeah," and it said, "Just come here in the morning, and we'll do a screening and get your gear and stuff, and we'll go in." And it was actually a massive shock to me, and I'll take it. That's my first rep jersey, and hopefully there's more to come. But if not, I'd very happy with just playing the one. But it was a good week, and it was a good squad, so it was all fun.
Who was Fitley your coach?
Yeah, Freddie was.
What was that like for you?
Yeah, having him coach me, watching him as a kid kill it in Origin, Australia, and then for the Roosters and all that stuff. Yeah, it was surreal. I didn't really know.
He's different, right?
Yeah, he's
so spiritual.
Yeah, he loves his meditation and
it,
stuff like that. No phones. He likes the no phones. But it was good. He sort of just wanted to bring us closer in the short time that we had, and we ended up winning on that weekend. So it was good.
And were you starstruck by anyone in the camp that you were like, far out? I'm playing with such and such.
Probably like Chrissy Lawrence and stuff like that. The boys that have been around for like a long time and played at the top level and still have time to come down and play that, because a lot of people do pull out of that. But probably Lawrence. My dad's a Tiger supporter, so I was always forced to watch the Tigers growing up, and he was always there. So
that would have been 2000. It would have been their heyday, 2005.
Yeah, 2005 when they won the comp and stuff like that.
They changed the game.
Yeah, didn't they? Benji, all the boys were there.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And I guess Going forward, if 2017 is perfect for you, as in everything happens for you, what are you hoping to do by the end of 2017 as a personal goal and team goal?
Personal, just consistent footy, just try and get better each week, and keep learning, getting better at the six. It's my third game there with Norms this year, and hopefully just keep building a combination with him and guiding the team around and getting more wins. We want to just go as far as we can as a team, and hopefully make top 4, top 8.
Is it internal goal? Is the internal goal top 4?
Yeah, top 4. I think if we anything less than a top 4, we'll be pretty disappointed with what we've achieved, but we just got to take it as it comes, week in, week out, and just try and win consistently and play some good footy.
And I forgot what I was going to ask you. I had it lined up and everything. The change to 6. What's that been like? I mean, because even me personally, when I seen you change to 6, it was at the end of last year.
Yeah,
I was like, played great footy, but it's like, it's one thing to, it's kind of like on adrenaline. You can sometimes play good footy.
Yeah.
Because you're getting thrown in a new position and you just somehow get the job done. It's another thing to come out the next year and play consistent. And that's the question I had was can he back that up after playing such good footy? And obviously you have started the year backing it up. But what has been the biggest challenge for you? What have you worked on the most to do that?
I think just my kicking game and stuff like that. As a winger and centre, you don't really kick too much. But kicking game, passing game, a bit more tackling. I'm doing 20, 25 tackles a game.
On the wing.
I hadn't really...
on the wing, you miss 5 and make 1.
Yeah. You hadn't really had that happen to me in my career. So I think it was just the transition into it and sort of just learning the game as a 6. And it's more like a second fullback these days with Normie. It's Normie's team at half. So he sort of takes all the control, and I just got to run off the back of him and do my part to help him.
And ask all the boys, his favourite rapper of all time?
Favourite rapper? I like Biggie. I like the Biggie and
the
Tupac.
Flow?
Yeah, the flow. I like the flow of Biggie. But I like any music. I'm open to all music, so I'm handy.
So we'll just go Biggie.
Biggie. I'll take Biggie.
Do you have any hobbies outside of sport, surfing, anything like that?
I do a lot of surfing in summer and stuff, but I'm not the best.
I fully just stereotyped you because you're from Northern Beaches, so I just assumed.
I like getting out in the surf, and if I'm not surfing, I'll just be out the back. All my mates surf, so I'll get out the back and just be swimming out there. But I love getting down the beach and getting outdoors and.
Just outdoorsy
just
kind of guy.
Outdoors. Anything outdoors I like doing, and I don't really, if it's a nice day, or I don't really like sitting inside and 100%. Wasting it. So anything really.
Favorite movie of all time?
Favorite movie. I'm a comedy man, so
Anchorman or something like that.
Yeah, Anchorman, Semi-Pro. Step Brothers, stuff like that.
Semi-Pro is so underrated.
Yeah, it is.
It's fucking gold, bro.
Classic one-liners.
Oh, mate.
But anything with Will Ferrell, really.
He's the man, hey.
He's a very funny man.
He can say, two people can say the same thing, but if he says it, wait. Do you watch Eastbound and Down?
Nah.
Oh, my God. Haven't you seen his scenes in Eastbound and Down season 1? Bro.
I'll watch it tonight.
Bro, I'll message you Eastbound and Down. I'm telling you, it is the funniest. It's funnier than anything like Anchorman.
Wow.
Bro, it's hilarious.
Wow.
It's hilarious. It's big cool.
I'll watch it tonight.
Trust me, people that are watching that have seen Eastbound and Down, they'll see. You would have seen the outtakes on it. There's viral videos from it. It's that funny.
Yeah, I'm sure I would have seen some of it.
You know how Hoffy keeps saying, my plums, my plums?
Yeah.
That's off that.
Oh, okay, right. Yep.
Hoffy.
Oh, my God. He should be in a movie.
100%. They should make a movie about Hoffy. That'd be hilarious. And if you could have a billboard anywhere saying anything, what would it be and where would it be?
I wouldn't have a clue. Billboard. Somewhere in Manly.
Somewhere in Manly?
Yeah, somewhere in Manly.
So you just love Manly, eh?
Just been growing up there, you know?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
It's a good place to go far out. How good is it?
Yeah, it was good. Beach is just down the road.
I grew up on the Gold Coast, so...
similar.
Oh, my God.
Very similar.
Except Manly's a rich area, whereas Gold Coast is like...
I'm on the outskirts. I'm in the slums.
Bro, no way. No way. Does Normie carry on and say that he's ghetto?
Normie?
Yeah.
Occasionally, I think he thinks he's the best at everything. I think so. He's always carrying on somewhere, but all in good fun.
Yeah, I love him. I think that's it, bro. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Boom.
Beautiful.